Who wants to tell him it started an hour ago?
It still starts now. Coming out of a break.
No, it still doesn't start now. It started 64 minutes ago.
All right, let's change it.
I think I like nerdy Branham better than nitpick Branham.
They're both fully here today.
At least it's not.
I'm in a mood.
At least it's not as bad as Friday.
The Texans offense has me in a mood. And the conversation about the Texans offense has me in a mood. What did I do Friday?
I don't even want to say
I was right about that. The text line backed me up on that.
Oh, you're going to hang your hat on that?
They never backed me up.
Yeah, well, Mapes backed us up. So we did come up with a compromise.
Oh, what's the compromise?
Remember?
No, I don't.
I thought you. Oh, okay, you were talking about what you said on Friday. I thought you guys had said something yesterday.
So no, we have not discussed this yet. So we will agree to your terms of picking the underdog has to win outright.
Genius.
If the dinner, if you lose, is for a Brazilian steakhouse.
Why are we changing the value of mine? That makes no sense.
Because we outvote you. So if you want it your way, your bet has it up.
That makes no sense.
We agreed.
I'm putting
Brian
more.
With me.
I'm
of course he did. That doesn't make it right.
Well, your
majority opinion doesn't mean right opinion.
Your back make you right.
Well, the text line's smarter than y'all.
Oh, okay.
That's better than the Twitch. Sorry, guys.
How am I on the hook for more than y'all?
Because we're
you
going
want
to
change
your
the
way.
terms when we already started.
No, I'll just play with y'all's stupid game. I'm not putting more on the line because of my terms. Why would I give up value? That's ignorant.
You went 3-0 this weekend. Good job.
That's because I know ball.
That was the worst part
Famously
of this.
no ball.
I know.
I'm not putting more on the line than y'all just because it's my rules. I'm not going to surrender value that way. Do you know nothing about me? I wouldn't give up value for free.
Oregon screwed, man. That one should have come through.
To be fair, both of your guys' underdogs did win outright.
That's how it should be done. Although mine needed a
No, they didn't.
penalty.
My underdog was Tennessee. They should have won.
Oh, that's right.
They blew it.
Mine were the Colts, and they needed that fluke penalty at the end, the leverage penalty. So there is that.
Go
Colts! Guy, what's his name? Seth DeFlo. Seth DeFlo, and then he has like a last name too. But he goes by DeFlo, and he's like the worst.
I hope he legally changes his last name to DeFlo.
So the text line's asking us what Stroud's good at. What do you think Stroud is good at?
Honestly, I would say accuracy, but I feel like that's hard to make that argument after the last 2 weeks. I feel like he's an accurate quarterback.
Yeah.
But it's hard to make that argument after some of the things we saw in the Buccaneers. So I'll still say he's accurate. You know what, Jeremy? I don't know.
That really almost has to become like, what was he good at in year one?
I know.
Because all the things he was good at in year one have kind of slowly faded away for various reasons.
Because I want to say poised,
Or like in year one, he was good at anticipating throws. I don't see that now.
No, he's not a great anticipator anymore. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. I think most of it's
been
doesn't
beaten out
trust
of
the
him.
offensive line.
It's been beaten out of him.
Maybe doesn't trust the play calling, a little timid. Because remember, he didn't throw a whole lot of interceptions, so you're playing with confidence. Like, I'm never going to throw an interception. Then you throw a couple, and you're like, oh, I'm always going to throw an interception.
Hell, even his first interception he threw, there was a fumble, and they recovered it. Against the Saints. So the deep ball, I think is still there, proven on the first series, where there's still a great catch by Nico to get both feet in. But I think the deep ball is still part of it, of what he's good at. But the other stuff, I don't know if he's good at them anymore. I don't know if he's a good, accurate quarterback. I think he's deficient in that area.
Okay. So where I think he excels in, and where I think he's really good, is the quick game. Quick game. Take the ball, 3-step drop, throw the ball. Throw it. That's why I get bothered and annoyed. He needs to run the ball more. No, he needs to run it less. I think that he got it in his mind, and it might have been Joe Mixon. Because I remember Joe Mixon last offseason was like, hey, man, you can run more. And I think that he was like, okay, yeah, I can play make. Maybe I should play make more. And all of a sudden he becomes this quarterback who's hanging on to the ball, trying to make magic happen when his strength is ball placement, accuracy, and getting rid of the football quick. That's why it worked in year one with Bobby. Bobby had him throwing a bunch of quick quick passes. Where was like his best ball was the post to Nico, or deep slant, whatever you want to call it. He actually threw it in the game on Monday night, where I think it was the first pass he completed to Nico in the second half. Little deep post, 15 yards, got the ball in the gun, 3-step drop, boom, it's there. That's where he excels. Timing, precision, those were Slowick terms. Timing, precision, on time, quick. That's where he's at his absolute best. And right now, he's not doing that for a variety of reasons. Did he get it beaten out of him because of the offensive line? Probably. Is Nick Caley dialing that up for him on a consistent basis? Probably not. Is he trying to play make more than just, hey, I'm going to be on time, efficient, get rid of the ball, we're going to move the ball methodically down the field? Some of it is on him too. There was a couple of plays in that game because I went back and watched the film where he's locked in on his first read for way too long and he's missing. Like you saw the Nico Collins drag on that same play. Dalton Schultz is wide open in the flat. The 2-point conversion. And I understand that he had pressure right in his face immediately. Jalen Knowles wide open. So he's like locking in on his progressions. Is that because of the offense? Is that because he's trying to play make? Is that because the offensive line's bad? All of the above. That's why I get bothered. Well, Stroud's good. Stroud's bad. Oh, it's the offensive line's fault. Oh, it's Kaylee's fault. It's all bad. All of it.
And that's
bad.
And that's where when it comes to like what is he good at, it's hard to really.
I think it's quick game. Quick. That's why I don't think that a Patriots offense suits him. It's why I think like the 49er quarterback-friendly offenses suit him better. And you're going to point to Slowick, but I'll point to Slowick too. Slowick's the best NFL offensive coordinator he's ever had.
Yeah, but Brady was good in the quick game. Like outside of the Moss season,
But why was Brady good at the quick game? Brady was great at the quick game because one, he knew the defense before the defense lined up.
Yeah.
Secondly, he had a really good idea at the snap what the defense was going to do. Third, the immediate post-snap, he saw the defense. He saw it all in front of him, all unfold, and he was such a quick thinker, he knew where to go with the ball. He didn't go through progressions. The defense is here, the hole's there, I'm throwing there. It wasn't, here's progression 1, here's progression 2, here's progression 3. No, the best quarterbacks, Brady, Manning, Breeze, they sit back, they look at the defense, the hole in this defense is here, and they think like this. They think incredibly quick. Go listen to Brady talk. It's awesome. They think quick. Oh, I got a cover 2. I know to go there. Oh, I got man coverage. I know to go there. I got a zone. I know what beats that. Do you think Stroud's doing that?
No.
Boom. That's why Patriot style is not suited for C.J. Stroud, and whoever thought it was should probably lose their job. It's a bad fit.
Even if it was D'Amico? Because I know it feels like a Nick Caserio.
Who's more important to this organization, D'Amico or Stroud?
Stroud.
That's my answer.
Stroud is absolutely more important than
now. D'Amico wouldn't. It'd be probably Caserio. It'd be one and done for Kaylee. It'd be be D'Amico cleaning house. This is my ship now. Where there's been some kind of a Caserio. How much does he have to say? All that. It's a bad fit. It's a bad fit. Like the Patriots' offense is not quarterback friendly. It's not. Like it's complex. It's changing things at the line. It's reading the defense, pre-snap, post-snap, all of it. It's not quarterback friendly. What do you hear about the Shanahan system? It is quarterback friendly. They make things easy for the quarterback. Easy throws, quick game, easy buttons like Mina Kimes said, all of that. Do you think C.J. Stroud needs quarterback friendly, or do you think C.J. Stroud needs the most complex offense in the history of the game?
Do you think Nick Kaylee makes it through the season?
I don't get the point of firing him in season. Bill Lazor, Gerard Johnson. I mean, you're not really changing the scheme. If you were to fire him mid-season, I don't think it really helps you. I don't get the point of doing that.
And the problem is you don't have someone that can come in and really coach them, honestly. I mean, like, is Bill Lazor? I mean, he's the only guy with experience. He's the only guy that can come in and say, okay, he's going to be our offensive coordinator that has NFL play calling experience, but this isn't his offense. This isn't what he ran.
No, and it's hard to do that.
This is nothing. Like
I mean, what are you gonna? You're gonna do that in week 14? Like, okay, we're gonna change completely our scheme. You can't. Like, you're pot committed.
No,
like if you're doing that, it's just a signal that we're moving on in the offseason, telling the fan base, hey, this was really bad. We're letting you know that we're moving directions and we're gonna change the scheme again this offseason. That's what it's more of a symbol than anything that's actually tangible to fixing the product. Because that late in the year, you can't change anything.
You'd have to, honestly, if you were ever going to consider making a change at any point in this season, you probably have to start 0-5 and do it at the bye week.
Yeah, and they're not doing that.
And they're not doing that.
And
right?
even then, 2 weeks to learn a new scheme? Good luck.
Well, that's why it can't even be a whole new scheme. It just has to be it's little changes that they can make. But then those little changes should be able to be made anyways. That's why if Nick Kaylee is a disaster, if Bill Lazor, if Gerard Johnson, if there are things that they can do better that in theory as they took over as the offensive coordinator would be improved, they should be able to be improved now. Like they should have a voice in the room. Like, hey, this is where it's not going well. You check your offensive coordinator. This is what C.J. Stroud does well. And that's really, I think, the ultimate question is, does Nick Caserio and does D'Amico Ryans have an understanding of what C.J. Stroud actually needs?
I think they're learning.
Well, I think the answer is no right now.
I think they might have gotten their answers in the first 2 games. Like, we heard after the first week, like, hey, they're slow to the line of scrimmage. Like, is that? I mean, you can point your finger at a lot of different people as to why you're late in the line, like to the line of scrimmage. Like, the play's coming in late, you're getting the play late, you're leaving the huddle late. Most of the reasons of getting to the line of scrimmage late, it falls on the quarterback. Most of it, unless they're just getting the play late, which kind of like, that seems like the most unbelievable. Like, Kaylee's late getting the play in. Like, I mean, I understand first time as a regular season play caller, but I don't know about that. And he had he was called plays in the preseason. Like, who are we blaming for getting to the line late? I think it's a quarterback issue.
I think it's a both issue.
Maybe.
I would imagine it can't be one guy, because I know they said it was improved in this game, but in the second half of the game, it didn't seem to be as
okay. So let's just go with that. Let's go with that. Okay, what did we hear after week 2? D'Amico, outside of like putting a ball out of bounds when it was open, outside of D'Amico directly taking a shot at C.J. Stroud on a poorly thrown football, it was the lack of communication at the line. Which C.J. Stroud's like, oh, there wasn't a lack of communication at the line. D'Amico doubled down and said, yeah, there's a lack of communication. Who was that fall on?
No one knows the answer.
Well,
because we think it's C.J. Stroud, but is he calling checks at the line? Like, they haven't told us directly.
They did. They told us that all offseason. He told us that. Stroud did.
No,
Stroud's like, I'm going to have more control. I'm going to be able to check out of things, get us into different coverages. I went and watched the All-22 last night. He checked out, I think, of 3 plays I saw him do. I know that he did in week 1 at least one, because he checked in and went into the quarterback sneak, which did give him the first down. So I think these are quarterback issues.
Yeah, but then if they're not getting the line of scrimmage, whether it's Kaylee or it's C.J. Stroud's fault, you can't also then adjust when you need to. Like, part of the thing with back to the Patriots here is Tom Brady. He had plenty of time. They were at the line of scrimmage for quite a while, to where they're moving stuff, he's identifying stuff. If you're getting to the line of scrimmage with 10 seconds left in the clock, you're not making any changes. All you have is your play. You have no option to change pass protection, to change a hot route, to change to a running play. Like, that has to be fixed. And what's discouraging about that is that's something you worked on all offseason. Is that through 2 games, the operation of the offense is this clunky. No matter whose fault it is, it's a problem that I don't also now know how, in regular season with limited practice time, how you flip and correct.
That's why I think it's a bad fit for C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
I don't think Patriots way is in the best interest of C.J. Stroud.
Is there an offense?
I think he needs to be in a quarterback-friendly. Yeah, there are. I mean, the McVay offense is good. I think that might have been the allure for D'Amico. Maybe he was fooled. Look, Shanahan, like, let's not, like, we bash binary Bobby. I get it. Like, it was not good last year. I think he was good at drawing up a game plan, not good at adjusting, which maybe it wasn't his fault. C.J. Stroud led the NFL in passing yardage per game in his rookie season with Bobby Slowick as his offensive coordinator. Let's not ignore that was an accomplishment for Bobby Slowick. That was a feather in Bobby Slowick's cap. No doubt about it. So, I mean, ask yourself, like, do you prefer C.J. Stroud in a quarterback-friendly offense, or in in an offense, rather, that's sophisticated and complex?
Quarterback-friendly.
Yeah. He does a lot of things great. I think he's great. His potential, yes, the first throw he threw to Nico, that's a 40-yard throw in the bucket, flick of the wrist.
Yep.
Unbelievable. There's not many guys in the world that can make that throw. Not many in the world. These anticipation throws that C.J. Stroud was making his rookie year, there is not many guys in the world that can make those throws. So why aren't they doing that stuff more and the stuff that he struggles with less? And the hiring of Nick Caley did the opposite. Mm-hmm. It took away his strengths and is magnifying his weaknesses.
I think that's why, like, if we had to bet on it right now, I'd bet on there being an offensive coordinator change for the Houston Texans.
I think he's going to be good. I have no reason to be confident in Nick Caley. What has he proven to me? I think, and look, a lot can change, and maybe I'm going to sound very foolish here in the next month.
I hope
maybe
so.
They figured.
I
do
really
too.
Stupid.
Me too. I hope that in a month from now we're looking back and be like, oh, you remember how stupid we sounded before they got Christian Kirk and Braxton Berrios and they figured out their struggles? I hope that happens. Because right now, after 2 games, I think Nick Caley's one and done.
Yep. I think Nick Caley's one and done, and if I had to put money on it as well today, because you want to make quarterback friendly, easiest transition as possible. I know it hasn't gone great recently. I would still bet on Mike McDaniels being the next offensive coordinator for the Houston Texans.
Yeah, why'd you put an S to that?
Is there's no S on that one? Is he just the McDaniel?
You struggle with the S's at the end there.
Is he just the Mike McDaniel?
I'm pretty sure it's Mike McDaniel.
I think it is Mike McDaniel. Yeah.
I can't remember. Some of these guys have S's, some of them don't.
See, it's fine.
If I was gonna bet on it today, it's he's out, McDaniel in.
Like, I don't want McDaniel to be my head coach because I don't believe in quirky head coaches building a culture. But him as my offense coordinator, sign me up.
Doesn't this just highlight? Look, and I love D'Amico. I'm not advocating for anything here with D'Amico, but doesn't this just highlight what we've talked about before D'Amico was hired about the problem of hiring a defensive-minded head coach? That if you're drafting a QB high, you want a guy like a Kevin O'Connell, you want a guy like a Sean McVay, you want an offensive head coach so that the offensive coordinator, the system they're running, the terminology, everything isn't changing every 1 to 2 years.
Yeah. We had this exact conversation yesterday.
Oh,
that's why I was chuckling because like the exact names too. Because I made the comparison. Like even if Kevin O'Connell and D'Amico Ryans are tied for their side of the ball, right? Let's call it their coaching prowess. They're both a 9 out of 10 on their side of the ball, right? Kevin O'Connell's a 9 out of 10 offensive mind. D'Amico Ryans is a 9 out of 10 defensive mind. Let's call it a wash. But because O'Connell has the most important position in all of sports, that breaks the tie over the defensive guy because he doesn't have the most important position in sports. No, I think it's a great point.
And honestly, when you look at the history of the NFL, how many coaches get 3 offensive coordinators? Like what the Texans would be doing here would be very surprising.
Especially 3 and 4 years. We're not talking about Mike Tomlin coaching for 25 years. He hires 3.
Yeah, Bill
it's
Belichick.
3 and 4 years.
Yeah. I mean, even Harbaugh's had 2? He said Greg Roman and who he has now in Baltimore.
Because, not many. Probably very few.
Yeah. So but that's where it feels like this is heading in this moment, is that this isn't going to be a marriage that works, and you're not going to bail on C.J. Stroud.
No, you shouldn't. He's too good to bail on. I know that it sounds like I'm really talking down about C.J. Stroud. It's not so much about Stroud, the talent. It's more about what they've put around Stroud. I think they've done a very poor job of, 1, protecting him, and then 2, hiring people that lift him up. Like it feels to me more that they hired somebody that's deflating him as opposed to inflating him.
It's not a CJ Stroud it's not all a failure on CJ Stroud. It is an organizational failure from Stroud to Gerard Johnson to Slowick / Cayley to D'Amico to Caserio to Bill Lazor, whoever, Ben McDaniels, whoever is on the staff. It is an organizational issue that they didn't correct this offseason.
No.
And part of the reason why I think the frustration with all of this is valid is the only thing that changed was Cayley. Why is Bill Lazor still here?
Well, I mean, if Bobby Slowick was the coordinator of the first 2 games, they would have more success than they currently do.
I agree.
And they would argue, well, that's the learning curve. That's part of the new offense. And yeah, we expected that. But then come week 13, week 14, Stroud's going to take this offense to levels we've never seen. Okay, let's see. Prove it to us. Because the struggles have been there. That's been real. That is tangible. We're seeing it. And hopefully they score 40 points in Jacksonville. Stroud throws for 450, and a lot of this is forgiven. And, Bad Take Boulevard. We'll see. 713-780-3776. Let's go out to the HRP listener line. Israel, you're in with the Jays. What's up?
What up? Y'all funny. But look, CJ, man, don't want to be like Tom Brady. The quarterback position have changed. Brady's been retired. That's over with. You got now Patrick. Patrick is not like Brady. Hurts is not like Brady. It's a different thing. They put it up Hurts. He threw 100 yards, 200 yards, whatever this and that for the last 5 games. But what, he got a chip, and he also is winning. It's all about winning. That pocket quarterback like that, throwing 300, 400 yards, it's over with. Because the defensive linemen are faster. You got to do both. You got to be dual on this. You got to be like Allen. You got to be like Lamar. You got to be like Patrick. You got to be like Hurts. Brady, that's over with. So the unathletic guy who can't move, it's over with. And Brady used to do it, too, on the low. And it's not like Brady used to light it up with 400 yards here, 400 yards there. It was a team effort with Brady. And they gifted him one in Seattle when they didn't run my man for the 1-yard touchdown. So that Brady stuff is over with. It's the dual threat now. Because if you can't run, you're not going to win. And
but he can't run.
What CJ do is win. What CJ do is win. Him and his coach, and they
he hasn't won with Cayley, Israel. He's 0-2 with Cayley. I think you're proving the point.
It's it's only the second. And if they would go 3 for 3, I don't know how many coaches in their first year, the first 3 years, with the rookie, with the first 3-year quarterback, win 3 division titles. That's the goal. They're not going to win the Super Bowl right now. But that unathletic quarterback throwing for 400 yards like our boy Joe Burrow, who can't make the playoffs, it's over. It's a dual threat time. Now, unathletic will not win another Super Bowl. So I'm sorry, the time is over with.
He can't run, Israel.
Appreciate it, Israel. Like you're kind of proving the point. Like they hired a coordinator that's trying to make him like Brady.
Yes.
Like that they're taking the creativity out of it. They're running one of the fewest amount of play actions in the NFL. The motion's completely gone. Like a lot of the guys that you mentioned are in offenses that have creativity, that have motions, that get things going. The Texans are running a Tom Brady offense, Israel. Mm-hmm. And like, yes, that's why like your points about Stroud winning a division title 2 years, like those are valid points. That's why
they're not. They're not.
They are. I mean, they absolutely are.
But like at some point, like, can we raise the bar in this city? Like it's such a lose. Like sorry, like it's like why can't the Astros be a model for the Texans organization? Like, congratulations, you've won 2 division titles. They've won a bunch of division titles. They won division titles with Deshaun Watson. They won titles in playoff games with Brock Osweiler. Like, they have won before. They've gotten to the same point with C.J. Stroud that they've gotten with anyone else. He has won. Yes, Israel, it's a valid point that what D'Amico and C.J. have done in their first 2 years as a young rookie quarterback and a second-year quarterback, the same thing for a head coach, is impressive. But the bar has been raised by the way that they've played. I don't care that they've won playoff games. It's over. It's irrelevant. Get to your first AFC championship game. Get to a Super Bowl. Get better. They're going backwards. Like, you can't hang your hat on that forever. Like, at some point, you have to move forward with expectations.
Yeah, I think I agree with most of what you're saying, but I think they're 2 different points. Like, I'm with you. Let's raise the bar. Let's hold them in a higher regard. They have earned that because they have won 10 games in each of the last 2 years and won a division, which I know you're poo-pooing on. But I'm glad that they have Stroud and not Bryce Young.
Agreed.
Like, I'm glad that they have Stroud and not Caleb Williams. Like, I love the potential of C.J. Stroud. That is actually my frustration. If they had Bryce Young and they hired a bad offensive coordinator, they ran him into the ground, I wouldn't care because I never had hope for that quarterback. The frustration I have is because I believe in Stroud. I don't think they've done a good job of helping Stroud. 713-780-3776. Back out to the HRP listener line. Chuck, you're in with the Jays. What's going on?
What's going on, guys? Man, can we just all hold the brakes a bit, man? It's like the second game of the season and a new offense. Regardless of whether it's the Patriots offense, Sean McVay's offense, asking C.J. Stroud to be more like Tom Brady, y'all say it's not a strength. Actually, it might get him better if he has to look at the game like that every week and take his lumps. And let's just be a little patient with it. Nick Haley's not showing you anything different yet than a guy that's never coached or never called plays, only in the preseason with backup quarterbacks. Let the season play out, man. Listen, it's not going to be an overnight fix. I think Stroud's got a ton of potential. I don't think the bar should be South Division title. Let them work it out and let them get there. You'll know at the end of the year whether it's CJ, whether it's the play caller, or whether it's all 3, including D'Amico. And that's it, guys. It's not Tom Brady wasn't Tom Brady in year 3. Tom Brady was Tom Brady in year 10. He was known as a game manager to start off with. And, just let him play. Let them work it out. Let them get to where they got to get. Games have been tight. They're not getting blown out. The doors aren't getting beat off of them. Let them play the game and let's relax. I understand why Joe's a little upset because, he's a Chicago fan.
Yeah, Caleb Williams' stats are better than C.J. Stroud's.
I get that.
Appreciate you, Chuck.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, he's right in the sense of let's see what it looks like at the end of the year. I don't disagree with you, Chuck.
I agree.
But it'd be a very boring show if we're like, hey, let's just see where it's at the end of the year, Joe. No, we have to give our opinions on how we feel at this very moment. So, Chuck, I would, not even a counterpoint, I would just ask you, after 2 games, how much confidence do you have in Nick Haley? And just answering for you and everybody else who I'm asking this question to, 713-780-3776, how could you have any confidence in him? What has instilled the confidence? Like, he has never called plays. He was under McVay, but he's not doing anything that McVay did. He comes from a Patriot system that hasn't had success outside of Tom Brady. So, like, where is the confidence coming from other than blind hope?
Especially, you ran off like a list of differences between this year's offense and past offenses the Texans have had since DeMeco and Stroud got put together in 2023. I think the most telling thing and the most frustrating thing of all those stats you brought up were how little they're using motion. Like, that is such a basic thing that is all, like, whenever you track the teams that are best of offense and worst at offense, it pretty much correlates with who's using motion most and who's using motion least. Now, there's obviously a lot of other factors, QB, play caller, all that. But motion is such a big thing. I mean, especially if you're trying to make it easier for the quarterback. Boom. You motion across. Oh, it's zone. No one moved with the guy that motioned. It's zone. Someone runs across the field. He's in man. Like, give Stroud some answers before the ball's even snapped, so maybe he knows where he's going with it.
Even if it doesn't correlate in, like, offensive success, it correlates in giving you a better idea of what the defense is doing.
100%.
And they're not helping him.
Yeah, especially something that's so easy. We're not asking you to split the atom to make the job for Stroud easier. Just motion your slot receiver over to the other side of the field, and boom, the offense improves.
Help your quarterback pre-snap at the very most basic level of it. Chuck, you also said, like, maybe Stroud could needs to watch the game Brady does. I would also ask you, do you have confidence that CJ Stroud can pick up pre-snap, at the snap, post-snap reading ability like Tom Brady? Just asking you.
Or if he has time to. And then the last thing, like, and
I get that Brady was a game manager early in his career. I have no pushback there, but he did win a Super Bowl in year 2. As his first year as the real starter. He was a rookie in 2000, played in one game. He became the starter in 2001. And while they won that with mostly defense, Texans have a good defense. While they won that with mostly defense, let's not poo-poo that Tom Brady won a Super Bowl in his first year as a starter.
Yeah.
And year 2 in the NFL.
And his fourth year.
Yeah, let's not dismiss that. Like, CJ Stroud's in his third year. And look, again, it sounds like I'm being very critical of CJ Stroud. Most of this frustration are the things around C.J. Stroud, because I do believe in C.J. Stroud. All right, 713-780-3776. Pete, we'll get to you on the other side. Everybody's got some thoughts on this. And also, we'll get to DeMeco. DeMeco said that Kaylee did some things better in week 2 than in week 1. What were those things? 713-780-3776. Jeremy and Joe, ESPN 97.5, ESPN 92.5.
Hey, Houston, the Walmart you thought you knew is now new. Who knew? Walmart has more than 500 million items online. You can find a huge selection of items online that you can't find in store. And who knew that unlike other grocery stores, Walmart's grocery prices are the same for delivery as they are in store. When my wife and I were talking about this move that we're about to do, I kind of pro throw everything in the fridge that's out instead of trying to move everything over and just start new. Get a bunch of new groceries, and we're going to use Walmart to get all of that done. Just go out there, make your list, get everything you need right there online, and you can get it delivered in as fast as an hour. Fees and terms apply. Use express delivery, get the eligible things you need from Walmart, from groceries to home goods to prescriptions, subject to availability. You can learn more at walmart.com.
You're back with Jeremy and Joe
on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
inside of the Veritex Community Bank Studios.
He's Joe. I'm Jeremy. It's Jeremy and Joe. 713-780-3776. Texture. Bring back Bobby.
That's not good. That's
Football is football.
If you needed to win a game Sunday, which they do, I mean, you can't 0-3. Good luck. I think 0-2 only 18% of teams ever?
I believe it was 15.
15?
15 to 18. It's low.
But
Sub 20.
Sub 20.
It is a little different now with the expanded playoffs, I would
Sure.
imagine.
Fair. I think it would be better to look at 0-2 since they added a game. That's a great point.
Thanks.
Great point.
Plus, they play in the South.
Yeah, but the Colts are a juggernaut.
Yeah, I don't know if that matters this year,
Break
Joe.
up the Colts.
I can't
They
do
got
it
the
yet.
best offense in the NFL.
Indiana Jones is
Danny
killing it.
Dimes, Vanilla Vic, Indiana Jones, whichever alter ego you want to go to.
I can't believe it.
They're loaded, man.
They've
are
got
loaded.
the weapons.
I wonder if Israel still thinks that Anthony Richardson's the guy there instead of
Probably.
Indiana Jones. I wonder how Israel feels about that one.
Yeah, that take was weird.
Yeah,
Well, a lot of his takes, especially the pocket. The days of the pocket quarterback are over. It's like Nick Foles and Tom Brady won Super Bowls in the last 5 years.
So did Matt Stafford.
So did Matt Stafford in the last 5 years.
Keith from LA texted in. Don't forget about Stafford.
It's Stafford, Nick Foles, Tom Brady, all since what, 2019?
Look, and I think, I do think Israel's onto something that some mobility is obviously very helpful.
Oh, of course.
It's obviously very helpful. No, like he said that Burrow wasn't mobile though. Burrow's pretty dang mobile.
Yeah.
In fact, I think Stroud and Burrow are pretty similar in their mobility.
Yeah.
I think they're very, very close.
I mean, Mahomes and Stroud are not that different.
Mahomes isn't a great athlete, but he's got wiggle. He's a little bit shiftier, and he's also got some power. He'll run some dudes over.
And I don't really want Stroud running. No, I think it's
No.
part of what I remember having the conversations after Stroud played Georgia in the playoff and he was using his legs because it was a necessity. I was like, okay, there's something here. I want to see that running where it's you have to run, but it's very different than what he's doing now. Now it's the looking for a big play, moving out of the pocket. Versus Georgia, it was the line, it's collapsing.
And he's
on
more
him.
escape
He's
through
escaping.
a gap.
Yeah, he's taking off because he has to use. That's what I want Stroud. I want Stroud to only have to use his mobility. I don't want him to use mobility.
This is why I'm kind of annoyed because I watched the All-22 yesterday, and Stroud's doing things that frustrate me. He's not stepping into the pocket. He's not climbing the ladder, as they say. He's actually fading. A lot of times he's drifting backwards a lot of time, which is a terrible place to be as a quarterback. He's throwing from his back foot a lot of times. He's throwing dream shakes from the pocket off of his heel, throwing fadeaways.
Well, you know what that's from, though.
Love that.
I mean, why is a quarterback
It's bad
constantly
offensive line play.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Again, this is mostly what the Texans have done to Stroud as opposed to Stroud this way. And I think it's fixable, but it's going to be hard if you don't trust your offensive line. He's quick to escape. He's not taking the singles. He's looking for the home runs. It's not great. It's not good. The Texans offense has two guys in motion at the same time.
That was tough.
Pee-wee stuff.
I forgot about
stuff. That irritates me. Two guys. I listened to D'Amico Ryans talk to Rock and Roll and John Harris on the little coaches show thing, which, it is what it is. They're going to give them some softballs. They have to. They get their checks written by the Texans. We know the business. We know how it works. We're not fools. And I don't blame them for that whatsoever. I do the same thing. D'Amico said that there was communication issues on the 4th and goal from the 1, saying that there was a guy in motion that shouldn't have been in motion. What? What?
Yeah, I don't understand how that's possible.
Did CJ send him in motion? I have to go back and watch the play.
Well, that's like this. If CJ sent him in motion, that's an issue. If the wide receiver or whoever went in motion just went in motion, that's another issue in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like how, and that's where I guess it's early in a new offense, but what's happening in the off season? The install didn't seem to go very well.
Nope.
It's
a carryover. I mean, we were hearing versions of this all throughout training camp. And we always took that as, oh, well, the defense just great, and defenses are always ahead of the offenses during training camp and preseason. We expect that.
Yep.
So I think we were quick to dismiss it as being kind of the norm. But turns out, no, this has been a carryover from what we saw in training camp.
And you want to believe what you want to believe. You
That
want
too.
the offense to be good. So, it's no big deal.
Yeah, but and people are using the Panthers preseason game as that argument of, well, look, the struggles in training camp, but against the Panthers in the preseason game, against the Panthers in the inter squad practices, it looked much better. CJ Stroud was back there forever with no pressure. He was finding guys that were open, and then now we get to the regular season and it's a different look.
And teams aren't blitzing much in the preseason. That's the other part of it. Whereas the Bucks, especially in the second half, the Bucks are bringing the house damn near every play.
Which, if you were a defense and you were facing the Texans,
that's all you do.
It's all you do.
Yeah, blitz them into oblivion. Absolutely.
Blitz? Did you say oblivion or Bolivian?
Oblivion.
Yeah, I like Bolivia better. That was the Mike Tyson thing. Remember Mike Tyson? Do you not remember Mike Tyson's post-fights?
I don't remember a lot of his quotes. No.
He said. What did he say? He said something like. He said something about Bolivia instead of oblivion. Like beat him into Bolivia or something like that. Mike Tyson is the best post-boxing match. I can't believe I don't remember this guy.
He said, I guess I'm going to fade into
That's what
Bolivia.
It was. Yeah, I'm going to fade away into Bolivia instead of oblivion. I love Mike Tyson so much. 713-780-3776. Let's go out to the HR&P listener line. Pete, you're in with the Jays. What's up, Pete?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good.
I think what's hurting CJ is the fact that he set such a high bar his rookie season that a lot of fans are expecting the same. And he did slightly regress the year after. And then when they brought in the new OC, Kaylee, it's only making things worse. And if that offense is too complicated for them, then maybe what they need to do is simplify it. Do some backyard offense, take that stick and run it in the sand and say, okay, you run the post and I'm going to come to you. But does he need to do a better job on the field with reads? Yes. Does he need to know when to get rid of the ball instead of taking a sack? Yeah, probably so. But it's not just him. It's, the offensive line needs to perform. Players need to be set in the right spots. And last I checked, CJ wasn't on that goal line defense when they gave up that touchdown to the Bucs at the end. So, I mean, nobody wants to be 0-2, but again, there's time to correct it. Sure. But if they go to Jacksonville and lay an egg, or let's say they start the season 2-6, they do need to seriously consider making a change at coordinator. But anyway, that's what I got, guys. Y'all have a good day.
You got it, Pete.
Yeah, I mean it's on the table that the Texans are 1-4 going into the bye week. You got to win the next 2 games. It puts you in a really
even just one loss isn't a bad spot.
Yeah,
just one.
But you're not going to beat the Ravens, so
no. I mean,
That's
lose.
The point.
You lose. Yeah, I mean, I think we're all saying the same thing 3 different ways.
Yeah,
you lose one of the next 2 games. You're 1-4 going into an early week 5.
And
bye.
I don't know if you guys agree with it, but to me, 1-4 going into the bye, season's over.
It'd be hard to overcome.
I know technically it's not, and I know like 3 years ago they had a 9-game win streak at one point, but
yeah.
I would look at the rest of the season as playoffs are dead.
I don't think you would look at any other team in the NFL at 1-4 and say they have a chance to win their division or make the playoffs. So I think that's fair to say that of the Texans. I think if the Texans are 1-4 and people are still saying that, yeah, the Texans are going to be fine, they're going to make the playoffs, I think there's too much homerism going on.
I mean, 9-8 could potentially get you there, probably 10-7, but let's just go 9-8. Then you're looking at an 8-4 finish. 8-4 finish. You got to win 67%
if 9-8
games.
gets you in, but if it's 10-7, I mean, jeez.
Yeah, a schedule that
you're looking at a 9-3 stretch.
Yeah, a schedule that includes the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Broncos, the 49ers.
Yeah, you start 1-4, you tank for
you're cooked.
An offensive lineman,
an offensive coordinator,
which might be
tank for an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, which OC? What is Ryan? Does Ryan Day really want to stay at Ohio State? No, I don't know if that's the answer. I'm just kidding, kind of about that. 713-780-3776. A lot of people are saying the offensive line, the issue. Yeah, again, all of it. The answer is yes. Like people are arguing, it's the offensive line, it's OC, it's play calling, it's skill outside of it's all of it. That's the point. It's all of it. It's an operational failure. Well, it's only 2 games. You're right. Hopefully they fix it. But if they don't, just keep it in mind.
But that's where the offensive line, it's not getting fixed. Like, there are other things that can get fixed. CJ Stroud isn't always going to miss those throws, right? That he had in this game that he missed. CJ Stroud can get to the line of scrimmage better. He can operate
What
better.
easy throws did he miss? I mean, he missed the end zone pass to Nico. The end zone pass to Nico, which wasn't a great play call from the one, in my opinion, IMO.
The one to Hutchinson that was over the middle of the field in the red zone that was like 4 yards behind him.
Okay, he was probably late on a drag there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that which maybe Hutchinson should have just stopped in an easy
Yeah,
spot.
I'm remembering the play now because I remember when they showed the view behind the quarterback. Hutchinson ran into the middle of a zone. To me, that was
he could have stopped.
Yeah, that was the situation where the wide receiver should have stopped.
So I don't disagree.
That stuff can the things that's not going well with CJ can get fixed for the most part, except for it can. It doesn't mean it's going to. But the offensive line
I have a hard time having faith that the same guys that screwed it all up are suddenly going to have the answers to fix it.
I totally agree with you.
Well, yeah, we're sleeping on Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk's going to be.
You think he's a magic elixir to fix everything we saw the first 2 weeks?
What do they call that position in this offense? The slot position. They have like a fancy name for the slot in this offense. I forget what it's called, but it's like very important.
He's going to fix it for what? 3 weeks?
He's going to fix it. Yeah, I know because he's going to get hurt again.
He's played like 13 games in 2 years.
Look, I'll give him one more week. We'll give him one more week. If they play really good against the Jags, okay, cool. They're getting things back on track.
Can I ask you a question?
They lay another dud.
Not to take away from what we do every day, does anything matter the next 2 weeks? Like, isn't it really what matters the most is what happens against Baltimore?
No,
because they're going to get crushed. We know that.
I mean, 2-3 going into the bye, they're in a decent spot.
But if the offense is good for the next 2 games and then they score 9 points versus the Ravens, doesn't it feel like the 2 weeks that happened before
I think that's more of a January conversation. Like, nothing would matter in the playoffs because they're going to run into the Ravens again. But as far as keeping their playoffs alive, they'd be back in it.
I mean, if you play good offense against Jacksonville and Tennessee, and then like you have the struggle with Baltimore, it's like, okay, well, that's to be expected. It's only week 5. Like, we still think the momentum's going in the right direction. All of that. No, I think that I think context matters, obviously. Like, if they have a good offensive day, but they lose like 31-28, like context matters. Context matters here. 713-780-3776. Let's go out to the HRNP listener line. Tyler, you're in with the Jays. What's up, Tyler?
Oh, I just got back into Houston. I've been out of town, and I heard Joe on here. Didn't know he was on the radio anymore, but I just wanted to say, what's up with the Bears, man? Because your head coach sounds like he's in hell right now. Just wanted to hang up and listen.
It's very bad. It's way worse there than it is here. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's enough Chicago for the day.
That's why. Keep it short and sweet.
A lot of people on the text line saying the offensive line. And look, I get it. Offensive line's dreadful. But here's the thing. If you were a quarterback, let's start there. If you were a quarterback and you had a terrible offensive line, and we touched this yesterday too. If you were a quarterback, you had a terrible offensive line, and you knew you were going to be pressured immediately, don't you have a plan in your mind just in case it actually does happen, that they're there immediately? Like, we talk about guys that are hot all the time. Like, so, yes, like, I understand the offensive line plays a struggle and they're allowing pressure right away, although the offensive line's actually been better this year than it was last year. But if it's there immediately as a quarterback, even quarterbacks with great offensive line should always have a plan for the worst-case scenario. I remember listening to the quarterback school guy, and quarterback school guys, like I teach all my quarterbacks, always have a plan for worst-case scenario. So if Stroud doesn't have a plan for worst-case scenario, it falls on Stroud. If Nick Caley doesn't have a plan for worst-case scenario, that falls on Nick Caley. Again, that's why it's the entire operation.
But I think there might have been a plan at one point, but where's the separation from the wide receivers in a hot situation? Who's Tank? Like, that's what Christian Kirk...
I mean, it depends on the play.
But, like, for the most part, I feel like when there was issues, when Tank Dell was on the field, the first year and second year, the limited time they've been together, that when pressure was there, Tank was the safety valve. It's not going to be your tight end, Dalton Schultz. Nico's can't be that safety valve, it appears. For whatever reason, he's just not that. I don't know if there's also the position, there's the player on the outside that provides the safety valve for CJ. He hasn't really had a running back that's good out of the backfield catching the ball since he's been the quarterback here. Like, there should be a plan.
I mean,
all of last season, this game, there's been no plan.
I think you're overrating the hot route a whole lot, because usually the hot route guy's wide open.
That's what, like,
you just have to hit him.
I just don't feel like the guys were there. I know you said when you looked at the all-22, there was a couple.
Which could be Caley. That's the point. Like, yes, like, as an offensive coordinator, if you have a bad offensive line, you know you have a bad offensive line, and you try to scheme around a bad offensive line. It's what the hope was all offseason. So you have a plan in case the protection isn't there. And then also the long developing routes are annoying. If you know your quarterback's not going to have time to throw most of the time, why do you have so many long developing routes?
Great question.
There was one play in particular, and forgive me for not remembering exactly what part of the game it was, but Stroud obviously got sacked on the play. It happened a lot. But I remember looking at it. The only player that could be remotely considered like a hot route for Stroud to get rid of the ball quickly was Dalton Schultz out to the flat. Everyone else was going long to intermediate. But the problem was, like, Schultz didn't even have his head turned around by the point that Stroud was already engulfed by the Tampa Bay the defense. So there are some plays, to Joe's point, where it feels like they're not equipping him for, we have a problem, how do I get out of it?
That's totally fine. Organizational incompetence. Branham, those plans aren't sustainable. If the protection is bad, the offense is going to be bad. I don't disagree with that. I really don't. I think that you're only going to be as good as your offensive line mostly. You can still have competence, though, behind a bad offensive line. It might not be sustainable. It might not lead to great result, but competence versus incompetence, I think, is pretty obvious here. What possible plan is there when as soon as you get the ball, the D's already in your face? Well, you can do a lot of things. You can go quick game. You can go screens. You could run the ball more. You could shorten the drops. Hey, Stroud, get rid of it as quickly as you possibly can. Like, none of these are great plans. Again, kind of similar to the last text, but they're better than what they're doing. It's pick your poison here. What's the worst option? Let's go out to the HRP listener line. Eddie, you're in with the Jays. What's going on, Eddie?
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Good.
I'm just trying to go back to Stroud's rookie season. I know they now have tape on him, but wasn't our O-line pretty bad back then too? I tried looking online. They didn't talk about that much.
Yeah, they were bad. They were not talented, but they actually produced a little bit better than the last two offensive lines. Not a good offensive line, but better, although they didn't have as good of pieces somehow.
Gotcha. So that's the best O-line Stroud has had in his 3 seasons.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue that.
Got it.
Yeah, he was only sacked 38 times.
I guess. What do you guys think happens, to CJ's contract situation if he's not able to produce some magic, albeit not everything his faults right now, as you guys have mentioned, throughout this segment. But just curious what your thoughts are there,
I think it's a really complicated question about CJ's contract because the way the NFL works is that if you want somebody to be part of your organization for the long term, you're going to give them the most money that is going to be there. That whatever the contract is before CJ Stroud, he's going to beat it. And I wish the NFL didn't operate in that way. I wish that you could go more on a case-by-case basis and be more reasonable. But if he's going to be a member of the Texans for the long term, he's going to get $60 million.
Yeah. He's going to have to play better, or he's not getting it. Because if this is the production all year long, you can't justify.
I mean, I would love to see Nick Caserio do that if he's still the GM, but, they were probably having the same questions and conversations in Jacksonville, and Trevor Lawrence got $55 million. Yeah. Because you don't want to go on the franchise tag. It's the way that it played out in Washington with Kirk Cousins is not the norm. It's not the way that teams operate. Hell, even the way the Cowboys have done it with Dak Prescott and waiting. It's not the norm. CJ's either going to be here and he's going to get $60 million, or there's going to be really uncomfortable conversations with an agent that's going to be very unhappy.
Yeah. So the NFL Next Gen Stats does time to throw, which isn't a great stat, I don't think, to weight pressure, because mobile quarterbacks have an advantage here because they can create time. This measures the time from the snap until there's pressure on you. They don't count sacks for whatever reason. So this is the amount of time from the moment the ball is snapped until there is pressure on you. Stroud's actually 23rd in the NFL in time to throw. Now, a lot of that's his own credit because he's able to escape. He's able to buy time, but he's 23rd. He's 23rd, 2.89 seconds to throw. The worst is Jake Browning, 2.42. Okay. Second worst is actually Pat Mahomes, 2.47. Kyler's at 2.55. Matthew Stafford at 2.55. Spencer Rattler's at 2.59. Do we does Stroud have more time to throw than all of us realize?
I mean, there was
Next Gen says yes.
I will say there are plays in which he was back there with a comfortable pocket, and we talked about the PFF grades yesterday. There are some positive grades for the offensive line. It wasn't all bad.
Yeah.
He really didn't get sacked until the second half. Like it really was. The pressure wasn't that bad in the first half.
Change a game plan for Tampa and Bowles.
And that's where my issue with Kaylee also goes into is that's something that we saw with Bobby Slowick was that in the second half they would adjust to Bobby and Bobby couldn't punch back.
What's the common denominator though?
Stroud.
713-780-3776. HRP listener. Vera will hit you on the other side. D'Amico did say that Nick Haley improved in week 2. Is that true? He also says, D'Amico, that he believes the Texans are actually close. He says they're actually close. Do we believe that they're actually close? Are we cashing or trashing that? 713-780-3776. 713-780-3776. We'll discuss that when we return. Oh, it's football season. Football season is the very, very best. I love me some football. I like baseball season, too. Not a whole lot of days left in the regular season. Stros have just 10 games left. But Underdog's the place to make picks on all of your sports. Football, of course, is king, but all the sports on Underdog, it's so easy, too. You can pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats. Playing football, touchdowns, yards, interceptions, and more. Playing baseball, how about strikeouts? How about homers? How about hits, runs, and ribbies? You can play that too. Also, new to Underdog, you can pick teams now. You can pick whether or not your team's going to win or lose. Get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you can play with as little as $1. Tonight, you can get some profit boost on WNBA action, baby. You can get some profit boost on a little FIFA, a little Champions League going on, and you can get your profit boost on Major League Baseball, too. Big one in Houston tonight. Little Astros Rangers, DeGrom, Javier, the pitching matchup. DeGrom, you like this? Higher or lower 5.5 strikeouts? What you think? You can play that right now on Underdog. Javier, 4.5 strikeouts, higher or lower? Which side of the pick are you at on that? How about a little Jose Altuve? Hits, runs, ribbies, higher or lower 1.5? These are easy. These are easy. So download the Underdog app now and play. Get your picks in. So much fun to be had. So much money to win. They got the drafts. They had the ladders. They had the streaks. The originals are still there. It's all great. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code KILLERB to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. Promo code KILLERB, KILLERB. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Make picks, win money. starts now. He's Joe. I'm Jeremy. It's Jeremy and Joe. So D'Amico was asked, how far away is this offense? Or he was asked other things, but he answered how far away is this offense. And D'Amico was nice enough to actually join us today on Jeremy and Joe. D'Amico, how far away is the offense?
Yeah, for what we're doing offensively, defensively, man, we're not far away. So I'm not in the mode of where, hey, it's doom and gloom. Like we're not far away. We're close. I think we made a lot of strides in this game. On yesterday, we did a lot of positive things that we did well. Of course, there are always issues and things that you can correct, but it's not far off, right? We got to make the plays we're supposed to make. Well, we're pressing forward. I mean, we're looking forward to Jacksonville to see how we can clean this thing up and get it moving.
Hey, Jordan P. Guest line. Thank you, D'Amico. I don't like when people say on yesterday.
It was. I don't either. It was better.
I'm not a big fan of that.
It was better from week 1 to week 2.
Okay.
Are they close?
I mean, they were playing a lesser defense and they were at home. Shouldn't it have been better?
Yeah, and I know it's coach speak in a way. But,
no, it's 100%. He can't be like, oh, yeah, we're the worst offense in sliced bread.
But
like, he's got to be positive.
But he called out CJ for missing the Nico throw in the end zone.
Well, he kept it a buck, yeah.
I mean, he kept it factual, right? It wasn't – he didn't call him out, but the truth was he said CJ Stroud missed that throw and he should have made it. And hearing him say it's close, though, it just reminds me of last year. That's why it stood out to me. Because last year, D'Amico Ryans all year told us it's going to click soon. We're going to turn it on. We're going to get it going. And it never happened. But they told us every week, him and CJ, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. I'm just kind of tired of hearing that you're going to get there.
Yeah, but
you're close.
But what's he going to do? He believes in positive energy. He's an energy bus guy. He doesn't believe in energy vampires. He's going to be positive. And I think it's fine. I think it's good logic. I think it's good coaching. You can't be doom and gloom. You can't be like, oh, we're terrible. We're never going to win a football game again. Like that doesn't help anybody. That does nothing. So like I get that you don't want to hear it, and like this is what happens in press conferences though. Like you're not happy with the team, you dislike everything that's said. You're happy with the team, you don't care what they say. Everything is great. So it's more about the production than what he's saying. I would do the same thing if I were a head coach. I would be probably more on the positive side. I would be like, no energy vampires. So I get what he's doing. Like I don't have any issue with it. Now, cash it or trash it. Do you believe him? Or is this coach speak, all that? Cash or trash, the Texans are actually close right now.
Big trash.
Offense, specifically. Yeah, I trash it, too.
I don't believe it. I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see it. I would love to see, at some point that they turn it on and they really get it going and CJ looks more like he looked his rookie year. And it is week 2 of a new offense, so that it's very possible. But it's hard to fathom that they can be that much better right now. I don't see that.
That was the Texans offense rebooting. D'Amico, where did Nick Caley improve in week 2? D'Amico.
How we got the calls in much quicker. Our guys were able to get out of the huddle. You felt the urgency, like the tempo of our guys in and out of the huddle. Like we got our calls in. Guys were able to get to the line of scrimmage. We weren't pressing there as the play clock was going down. So I thought Nick did a much better job of just dialing it down a little bit and making sure, hey, we had plays that we can call, we can get executed really well. I thought we did a really nice job of that.
The Houston Texans got the plays in right. They got to the line of scrimmage. They got to the line, Joe. There was enough time on the play clock when they got to the line. Swarm!
That might have been the most, condescending, depressing thing I've heard come out of his mouth.
We got to the line.
He's celebrating the fact that they called a play.
That's Pee-wee football.
That they called a play.
Our 5-year-olds got to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, but hey, they did. Again, I think throughout the game it got worse. I think as the pressure ramped up and it got louder in the stadium and things like that.
Got to the line.
It got worse, but
they
got to the line. No delay of game penalties.
Great. Congratulations.
If I can spin that, by him saying where we improved was we called a play, is that a non-obvious way to criticize what Nick Caley's done through 2 weeks?
Or the quarterback. Did you
maybe.
I know we're having fun with this soundbite, but did you catch at the end where he said dialing it down?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what does that mean? What does it mean whenever the offensive coordinator's dialing down the offense? What does that mean?
It's a nicer way of saying dumbing down.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that goes back to where if it's the play call gets in, if CJ Stroud is not communicating the play quickly enough to his teammates, that can lead to part of the reason why you're not getting to the line quickly enough and you're having a problem setting
dialing it down is the biggest testament to CJ Stroud.
That kind of makes me think when they looked at the Rams film, one of the things they took away from it is we put too much on CJ's plate.
Yes. Bingo.
Which is not encouraging.
Why else would they be dialing it down?
Yeah.
What are you dialing it down for, Nico?
Nope.
You dialing it down for your left tackle?
Nope.
Why would you dial down what you're doing on offense?
Like, I know you guys, I know we kind of poked fun at this. I think it was yesterday or maybe it was Monday, or I guess it was yesterday, but I don't, there's a reason why the S2 stuff is coming up again. Like, it's comments like this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like.
Are you trying to stay away from that Twitter storm?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
But that's what this means. Like,
why would you dial down the offense after all season? You talked about more control, more power, more autonomy at the line, and already that's going into the second game of the year, you dialed it down on offense.
And maybe it's
his words.
Maybe Nick Caley, because they have to dial it down because he can't decide what plays he wants. Because I do think that's part of what he said too. Is Nick Caley makes it sound like the first week he was a little indecisive about the plays that he wanted to call. So like your offensive coordinator has to have a plan in place. And and I would give Nick Caley a pass for that. If that's part of the problem, that his first game calling plays ever in the NFL in a regular season game, he's not exactly confident in what he wants to run in every situation, I will give him a pass for that. That can be improved with experience.
Yeah, hopefully
that's not what that sounds.
No, it doesn't. 4931. Love it whenever Israel and Vera call in. I turn it up every time they do. It's funny that you texted that right then, because let's go out to the HRMP listener line. Vera, you're in with the Jays. What's up?
Hey guys, appreciate it as always. The two rookies did so well. I mean, on the very, very limited snaps that they have been playing, right? Higgins had that really good catch and run, 30 yards, and Noel had a 53-yard punt return. Woody Marks seems to have run okay. I think he had a first down run against Tampa, and I think he got 4 or 5 yards, whatever. So I think in the limited opportunities that they have been, getting, the rookies have been, doing as good as you expect them to be. Yes, there are going to be bumps and bruises along the way, but I think it's time to just put more on the rookies' plate. I mean, they are. Sometimes I realize coaches and management are afraid to put rookies into the line of fire. But if your season is like already looking like, oh my God, is it not looking good? I mean, Tare Ogunbowale is likely not going to be here in 2026, but Woody Marks, Higgins, and Noel will be, right? The other point I also wanted to get your opinions on is, they probably should have more quarterback design play. Like at the fourth down, I was thinking, right, fourth down and at the goal, they should have had where, maybe the line goes one way and the quarterback runs in the opposite direction and gets into the end zone. But it just seems like whatever he was running was all because he was just scrambling, trying to buy time, and there wasn't like a quarterback design play. I'll hang up and listen, but I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Thanks, guys.
I'll be honest. I think that they asked for the rookies. While I understand what people in Vera, what you're asking for, I think it's going to go in the opposite direction. Like the way that they're discussing Christian Kirk and Braxton Berrios returning, it feels like those two guys are going to be impactful parts of this offense, specifically Christian Kirk. Like I don't think we should be expecting to see just because Watson is hurt, an increased snap count and increased involvement in the playbook for Higgins and Noel.
No. I want CJ Stroud to take the snap, take a 3-step drop, and get rid of the football. Like that's what I want to see. I want to see some deep posts to Nico. I want to see if you're blitz to jump ball for Nico. I want to see him throw the ball quickly as possible. Like stop trying to create, stop trying to play make. I know that you're capable, but that's a last resort. I don't need a bunch of this fancy stuff. I want CJ Stroud sitting in the pocket and throwing the ball quickly and placing the ball where only he can. That's his strength. Do a lot of that. 713-780-3776. Cash them or trash them? Were you going to say something?
No, it's okay.
Cash them or trash them. What are you cashing? What are you trashing? With the J, 713-780-3776. Jeremy and Joe, ESPN 975, ESPN 92.5. Mike Holly, U of H class of 1990, Go Cougs. He's a good football mind. He used to play some football. He used to protect a Heisman Trophy winner. Now he's protecting your business. He's been protecting the interest of businesses for 25 years now at HRP. Chris Fisher over there, he's an Aggie. It means they're balanced. It means they have great people. HRP provides comprehensive human capital management services like HR compliance, benefits administration, and payroll. HRP is going to work with you to customize a plan for whatever you need. I was talking to Chris the other day. He came to the station. He's like, a lot of these HR companies, they'll get these companies to sign on with them, and then they'll force them to pick the retirement plan that they use. HRP doesn't do that nonsense. You got freedom with HRP. It's what makes them so great. Nothing cookie cutter about HRP either. You need a little help, a lot of help, anything in between. HRP is going to create a plan for what you and your business needs. Their customer service, elite. You'll never talk to a stranger on the other side of the line. You'll be calling someone familiar with you, familiar with your company. I can attest to that customer service. Anytime I have a question, always a quick response, very easy to understand. We're doing what, enrollment benefits right now, whatever that thing's called. You know, it's so easy with HRP. They make it easy for jabronis like me that don't like to do that stuff. I'm very thankful for HRP. So if you're a business owner, take care of your employees by getting some HRP in their life. Let HRP take on the demands of human resources. Eliminate all your burdens so you can get back to growing your business or doing whatever you want to do. Give them a call at 281-880-6525. Let HRP customize a plan for you, 281-880-6525, or check them out online at hrp.net. That's hrp.net. He's Joe. I'm Jeremy. It's Jeremy and Joe. What are you cashing? What are you trashing? 713-780-3776. Joe, what are you cashing? What are you trashing?
The Notre Dame Fighting Irish are in a better position this year after starting 0-2 to make the playoffs than they were last year.
I hate this already.
After they lost to Northern Illinois.
I trash it.
Really?
Trash.
Yeah.
You lost to the currently ranked number 4 and number 10 team in the country.
To me, it's more about the number of losses.
I think it's equal, actually.
Because they've lost by a combined 4 points to 2 top 10 teams.
I know, but I don't think who or how really matters. Because if you get to a third loss, you're done.
Yeah, I think that's why I think it's equal.
That's
But they had no. But it's.
They didn't lose another game last year.
No, they won out. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, if they would have lost another game last year, they're out. If they lose another game this year, they're out. I think it's equal.
I think they're in a better spot now.
I'm with Jeremy. Trash.
Right.
Trash.
They're done if they lose another game. Toast. Who's
either
the
way,
best game
last
left?
year-
USC maybe.
Yeah, USC is the only.
If
game
they
left.
lose to USC, they're eliminated from the playoffs.
Like, to make your point, kind of make the point, because of how bad the Northern Illinois lost, that sapped them of being able to afford a second loss. So really the only difference being added by losing to 2 ranked teams is you can now afford that second loss. But like, if you get to 3, adding 1 more on, you're done.
But last year they would have lost 2. They would have been out as well.
But that's the same though.
Yeah.
Because in both situations, you can't afford another loss.
I'm going to say equal. So because it's equal, it's not better. So I trash.
Okay.
Trash that son of a gun. My cash or trash, the Texans should play the young dudes more. This kind of throws a wrinkle into it, though, because they're getting Christian Kirk and Braxton Berrios back. But I would like Noel and Higgins to play more. I would also like Woody Marks to play more.
100%.
Play the young dudes more. Texans should do it. Cash it or trash it.
Cash it. Especially Woody Marks. Like he should be out there.
And Jalen Knoll.
Yeah.
Jalen Knoll's electric.
Like, other than Nico, who do you have more faith in to get quick separation right now than Jalen Knoll?
No one.
CJ needs quick separation.
Maybe we'll see Kirk. Like, maybe Kirk will have some of that juice in there.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, the hope is that Kirk is your Edelman, Amendola. They call that position something, but I forget. It's like their fixer. I think they might call it the fixer.
I think I don't
a
like
fixers,
it.
That's a different connotation.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it.
They make movies about the
So
fixers.
Olivia Pope. What's your cash 'em or trash 'em, Brian?
I think by the time
Joker. No, it's not Joker.
No, Joker. That's the running back position for Sean Payton.
Tight end.
Is it tight end?
Yeah,
because I thought Kamara was the Joker.
Sometimes
Evan Ingram's the Joker.
In some defenses, it's the nickel Joker.
Weird.
I know.
Okay. Interesting. All right. I think by the time I'm going to go to college football, just like Joe with my team here, except for maybe less optimistic on my team. I think by the time the Texas Longhorns get to the road game against Georgia, Arch Manning will have been replaced as the starting quarterback.
Cash it.
Ooh.
I just look.
He's hurt, and they're lying.
I hope, Joe, you're 100% right. I don't know if he is hurt. I don't know if he's not. To me, it doesn't really matter. He is so wildly inaccurate that he's unplayable, and once they take losses to definitely Oklahoma at this point, I think Florida's on the fence, but by the time they get to Georgia, it's going to be to a point where they can no longer turn their head to it. I think they're going to have to replace him.
If I offered you a wager that Notre Dame's going to make the playoff and Texas will not, would you take it?
Yeah. I mean, wait, no, I would bet I'd bet Notre Dame to make the playoff before Texas.
Yeah. You are out on Arch.
Look, I'm willing to hope that he's hurt because he wasn't great, I thought, in his 2 starts last year, but he wasn't bad. He wasn't this. So the only the hopeful explanation is he's hurt. And they're not telling us. And there are some isolated, like Ben Kurt, the former Packers quarterback, has isolated some shots where you see Arch throw these ducks and him wincing in pain as he throws it. So the hope is he really is hurt, and that explains away just the crazy inaccuracy he's shown, both high, low, bouncing passes behind. He's been insanely horrible.
Yeah, I'm going to cash it. But I think they would fake an injury before they benched him.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm just saying it's not going to be him at quarterback when they get to Georgia.
I like Oklahoma in that game in a couple weeks.
Oh, 100%.
I kind of like what Oklahoma's doing this year.
Unless Arch finally either heals or figures it out, Oklahoma's going to crush them.
I'm a Mateer guy. I like him.
Well, maybe not crush them. The defense is still good, but they'll win. Oklahoma will win.
I think they're going to win.
Oklahoma, they have been very impressive.
They have. Brian McTaggart, cash or trash. Joe Espada should be manager of the year. He wrote a little piece today, all the injuries, which the Astros have had like the highest loss of impact by injury. They're also on the verge with one more of like tying the all-time record of guys been on the injured list in 1 year.
Yeah, so based on that, so there's that, and then based on WAR, they've lost the most WAR of all injuries
of any team this
season.
year. Yeah, projected WAR, I guess.
I'm gonna cash it, but because I said it for a while and I don't want to walk it back that he should be manager of the year.
You got take lock?
But I still feel uninspired with what he's doing with the Strong.
Can someone win manager of the year with like 87 wins?
I think in
88 wins.
I think in this situation it would be deserved.
Yeah.
You know, I think it'll go to
two different conversations of deserves and will win it though.
I think you have to win the West. I don't think you can win it as a wild card team.
Yeah, I don't think you can either.
If he wins the West with the amount of injuries they've had, I think it would be worthy of manager of the year.
He does say that they would, in this scenario, they would have to win the West.
I mean, AJ Hinch isn't deserving. I mean, you could say what Schneider.
I mean, I'm going with the Blue Jays guy. He would be my guy. Like the Blue Jays, didn't they finish last place last year in their division? Mm-hmm. I want to say they finished last place last year in their division. So he took a team in a difficult division from worst to first. That's the manager of the year. It's not a spotter for me.
They won 74 games last year, and they've already won 89 this year.
And there's a shot that they're going to be the best record in the American League. I have to go Schneider. Schneider for me. Like, do I think a spotter should be top 3? Probably third. I also think this is a case of like back of the baseball card versus actual prowess, because I don't think Espada's top 3 manager in the American League. I don't think he's top 5.
No. But I think I was making the argument last year that after coming back from a 10-game deficit in the division that there was an argument for it to be made. So I'm very pro like Joe Espada winning that award. Ironically, I still don't think it changes what we discussed last week, and that is if Dana Brown wanted to make a change at manager, I think he'd be in his right to do so.
Yeah, I have a hard time imagining that. It'd be very difficult, like, hey, we just had more players on the injured list than anybody in the history of the game, and we lost more projected WAR of anybody in all of Major League Baseball. I'm going to move on from my skipper. It seems far-fetched to me, but so does firing a GM after he won the World Series. So, shrug.
And we've seen coaches of the year get fired before.
Yeah, the Raptors coach. Dwayne Casey.
Dwayne Casey, that's right, yeah.
Dwayne
I think
Casey got
Doc
fired.
Rivers too at one point.
Did it?
Yeah.
Dwayne Casey's the one that I remember because I think they gave him the award after he was fired.
Yeah. So I think he was already the Pistons coach or something when he got the award.
Yeah, something weird like that. 713-780 ESPN. Do we have the Rich Eisen, his cash number, trash him, Brian? Rich Eisen, who you can catch noon to 3, which has gone over really well. The listeners to our radio station love Rich Eisen, which how can you not? Rich Eisen's very, very good. But Rich Eisen had a thought about Cincinnati, the Bengals. He thinks they're still going to be fine without Joe Burrow.
I don't think the season's over. I think Jake Browning is better than maybe a third of the starting quarterbacks in the NFL. How does that sound?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's a bold statement, Richard.
I think Jake Browning is that good.
Can we go through the list?
I think Jake Browning. I don't want to do that. I think Jake Browning. I think Jake Browning is the best backup quarterback in the NFL, and that's why I don't even think they should call Atlanta right now.
So he thinks that Jake Browning's better than 10 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Jake Browning. He says he's the best. So there's a lot of hot takes there. He's better than 10 starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yep.
And he's the best backup in the NFL.
I mean, is he better than Davis Mills?
And the Bengals are going to be just fine without him. Cash or trash?
Okay.
I think I trashed all 3 of them.
Yeah,
this is the same Jake Browning that threw 3 interceptions, right? I know I literally led a late drive to get the win, but he did throw 3 interceptions.
Yeah, but he got the lowest time to throw in the NFL this year.
Yeah.
Like, are you taking him over, like the bottom of the barrel of the NFL right now? Are you taking him over Cam Ward?
No.
Are you taking him over Caleb?
No.
Tua?
Yes.
Tua, yes.
I don't like Tua.
I'm with Tua. I mean, I guess.
I know nothing about Browning, but I know enough about Tua.
Like, are you taking him over the Fields / Tyrod Taylor?
No. Oh, Taylor maybe.
Yeah, but
not Fields.
And that's only for 1 week, right? Mac Jones?
No, I would take Mac Jones first.
Yeah, I don't think.
I would take Mac ahead of him.
I would take Mac Jones, Tyson Bagent,
sure.
Davis Mills.
You take me. I think that one's close. I don't know enough about Browning to really define.
I would take Davis Mills over Browning.
Would you take Anthony Richardson over Browning?
No.
I would take Browning.
He can't throw.
Yeah, but he can run.
How about he can't stay healthy when he runs?
How about Kirk Cousins?
I would take Kirk.
I'd probably go Kirk.
I would bank on the fact that there's still some Kirk Cousins left in there.
What about former Pro Bowler Mitch Trubisky?
Oh no.
I don't know.
I would take Mitch.
I think it's tight. I think I might go Mitch, too. I know nothing about Browning. I know he's pretty good at Washington. I have no idea who the Patriots backup is. I have no idea who the Dolphins backup is.
It's Dolphins is bust.
Oh, yeah, it's Zach Wilson.
Yes.
That's right. I might take Zach Wilson over Browning.
I think I would go Browning.
Browning is the Bengal one. Who's the Ravens backup? I don't know backup quarterbacks very well. Steelers backup. He actually played the other day. He got in. I don't remember who it was. Browns, Dylan Gabriel. Not
is
Gabriel.
the Steelers backup the kid from Ohio State, Will Howard?
No, I think it's Mason Rudolph, actually.
Okay, still
it is. I know it is now.
Lamar's backup is Cooper Rush.
I would take Rush.
I would take Rush.
Yeah. I don't like any of these.
I'm not sure that Browning's middle of the pack backup.
You know what I noticed in that clip when his producers, well, not his producers, his co-hosts, let's call them, when they pushed back, he's like, "Oh no, I don't want to do that." Like he ran from the take. Like I think he immediately knew, was like, maybe that's a bit spicy.
I think because of his role in the NFL, I think that he avoids takes. Like I was going to say spicy, but it's not that spicy, or controversial, but it's not that controversial. I think he tries to avoid any sort of opinion.
He doesn't want a headline saying Rich Eisen says
Jake
Browning is way better than whatever.
I've read that about him.
I don't know. He said the Bears should do to Caleb what the Panthers did to Bryce Young, which I think is crazy.
Yeah, maybe that.
Bench him for 6 weeks and then bring him back?
Yeah, and hope you're starting Tyson Bagent gets into a car accident so you can get him back on the field.
Okay, then maybe I'm wrong about that.
Because that's what happened to Andy Dalton. The only reason why Bryce starts playing.
I forgot about the car.
I did too.
Bryce Young. How do you get a player back on the field? Hope your quarterback gets into a car accident. But of all the takes, the one I would believe in the most, though, because of the talent on the roster, because of Higgins, Chase Brown, Al Golden's defense has looked a little bit better. Like, could Browning keep them in position for a December Joe Burrow return to be a wild card team?
Yeah,
I don't think
that's possible.
I think it is possible.
I think that's on the table.
He really just has to go 500 in their. Assuming Joe Burrow's back on December 1, let's say.
I don't know if it's easy to go 500.
I'm not saying it's easy, but if he goes 500, they're right there because they started 2-0.
And we'll know the answer this weekend. Like, if they can't beat Carson Wentz and the Minnesota Vikings, their season's over.
Wentz or Browning? I guess we'll find out.
Browning. I think I'm thinking Browning.
I think Browning.
I drafted Jake Browning yesterday.
In what?
In a best ball draft.
You're still doing those?
Rest of the season,
you got a problem.
Weeks 3 through 17. What's wrong with that? I drafted Jamar Chase first overall, and I wanted to stack Browning as his quarterback. I got him late. I feel like it's good value. Cash or trash, says a texter. Texans go 0-4.
Trash.
Yeah, I trash. I think they're going to win at least one of these next two games. Hopefully, two. Astros need to sit down Fromber. Cash or trash?
Trash?
Yeah, I don't know what that looks like. Why would you sit Fromber down?
Yeah, to gain what? Because you have great pitching depth behind
So you can start JP France?
Yeah.
Like, well, I'm trashing that.
Unless I guess you're talking about trying to just like make sure it's ready for the playoffs. Like make sure your rotation's set.
So, but have him not pitch for 2 weeks? That doesn't really help him.
Yeah, I mean later on.
You need him this. I trash that.
You're trying to win the division still.
Texture Israel calls. Trash or crash? Trash or cash?
Trash or crash?
Trash or trash?
I'll crash him.
Trash.
He's crashing out. I cash him. I like Israel's calls. I'm a big fan. Did you trash it?
I trashed it.
Yeah. All right.
The texters are always right. That's what Jeremy taught us today.
That's true. He did teach us that.
I didn't say they're always right.
Just when they agree with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a maverick.
Thanks for the time, Jeremy.
Alex, will Aziz take Trevor out again? 713-780 ESPN. I forgot about that. I forgot about that storyline.
Is this a revenge game for Trevor Lawrence?
This is the first time they played since, right? That was the second game. Yeah. That was the second game last year. Or is it a revenge game for Aziz? He felt slighted. Game. He felt slighted that he got 4 games.
Only one man will leave the field.
I like Aziz's chances.
Yeah, I like it too. I do too.
He did crush Bucky. Was it Bucky Irving? I think it was.
He crushed somebody, and then Speed crushed the kick returner.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was a nasty one.
I want more EJ Speed.
I do too. Cash or trash, EJ Speed should be linebacker 2 instead of Henry To'o.
Cash it.
Yeah, can EJ Speed bring down a Baker Mayfield on a blitz?
Can he tackle him?
Yes. Great question. What if he made that play on a 4th and 10 that would have sealed the victory?
I think
Cash or trash.
I think Speed makes that play.
I think so too.
I think most quality linebackers make that play.
2-0. Never mind. That's a bad joke. NFL overreactions. What are the NFL overreactions that you have after 2 weeks of the NFL season? 713-780-3776. It is Jeremy and Joe on ESPN 97.5 and ESPN 92.5. Houston, the Walmart you thought you knew is now new. Who knew? Did you know that Walmart has more than 500 million items online? That's a lot. Find a huge selection online that you can't find in stores at walmart.com. You're going to love browsing walmart.com and finding a bunch of stuff you never even knew existed. Tasty stuff you might wear, prescriptions even. Branham family, we've been ordering online from Walmart for quite some time. I love it because I don't have a lot of time. I don't like to mess with a crowd. I like to watch my sports. So we order online with Walmart, and we get all the things that we need without even having to leave the house. It's wonderful. Oh, it's too expensive. Online grocery shopping costs more. That's what you're thinking, but you're wrong. That's not true at Walmart. It's not too expensive. It doesn't cost more. It costs the same. They're same for delivery as they are in store. And you already know, because it's Walmart, that the prices are low. And what I love about it, they're fast. Walmart can deliver in as fast as an hour. They're going to save you time. Use express delivery to get all the things you need from Walmart, like the groceries, maybe a little produce, like the home goods. You know what I needed? I need some wasp killer spray because the wasps are going nuts outside in the backyard. So I got a little bit of that, got it ordered to my doorstep, and Branham won the battle. They can deliver that. They can deliver prescriptions, too. Walmart is changing the game. So when it comes to feeding your family, protecting your family from wasps in the backyard, hosting a tailgate, throwing a party, think Walmart for all of those needs. Start an order right now at walmart.com.
This is Jeremy and Joe
on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
From the Veritex Community Bank Studios, here's Jeremy Branham and Joe George.
All right, NFL overreactions. What NFL overreactions do you have? 713-780-3776. It's Israel. Daniel. His NFL overreaction. Daniel Jones will be back on the bench by week 8. Grimace emoji.
No.
He could get hurt, but bench is a little different than like hurt.
Yeah, I think he's insinuating that Anthony Richardson will be the starting quarterback by choice.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can watch the first 2 games and come up with that take, but
No, I trashed that one. Trashed that one, Israel. Cash or trash? Cowboys win their division.
Trash.
Yeah, trash. I mean, they're the Eagles. The Eagles exist. The Eagles are around.
I don't think the Cowboys' defense is going to be good enough. The offense might be.
No, their defense is dreadful. I mean, they made Russell Wilson look like vintage Russell Wilson, prime Russell Wilson. They couldn't defend the deep ball. And look, I understand that Bland was hurt, and that matters. But they don't have any pass rush. That's why they signed Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah, which he's super good at.
And he's going to help. He's going to help them. That's how bad it is for them. All right, these NFL overreact. These were from the Athletics. From the Athletic, the Colts are 2-0 for the first time since 2009. Are they for real?
I must say no.
Define for real.
Playoffs.
I think they're for real. I think they make the playoffs. I've seen enough.
I have a hard time.
I think they're going to win the division. Quite frankly,
I have a hard. It's just Dan Jones, and I know he's got.
I get value on that.
He's got a playoff victory at this point. I wonder what the Texans number is at this point. They've got some good weapons on offense. I just can't. I can't buy into Daniel Jones.
Good weapons. They have great weapons.
I can't do it.
Jonathan Taylor is a top running back. Top what running back? 5?
At minimum 10.
Oh, can't name me 5 better. Can name me 5 better running backs than Jonathan Taylor.
Gibbs.
1.
Bijan.
2.
Saquon.
3.
Henry.
Maybe, but I'll give it to you. 4.
Cook.
Yeah, close.
You're right. He's
close.
5. No, he's probably 5.
Like it's close.
Yeah.
Like Cook's close. Bucky might be close.
I really like Bucky Irvin.
I like Bucky Irvin too. Okay. I think without a shadow of a doubt. Okay. Without a shadow of a doubt, he's somewhere between the 5 and 8 range.
Absolutely. Totally agree with that. I'm not pushing back against that. He's right there.
Easily top 8. You could argue as high as 5 for Taylor. Tyler Warren by the end of the year will be a top what tight end?
5.
I think so too. That
top
dude
5.
is a stud. Why did the Bears draft Loveland?
Well, I don't think it would matter. I don't think Warren would be. I think Warren would be doing just the same thing he's doing now.
I disagree.
Loveland. I think Loveland's gonna be good. He's not being targeted.
That is fair. He is not being targeted.
I don't know what they're doing.
Well, they do have a lot of targets.
They do, and a pouty one.
Who's pouting?
DJ. He gone.
I don't like that.
He gone. He gonna get traded.
You think?
Guaranteed.
He could help the Texans.
Ben Johnson's calling him out every single day.
What's he doing?
He's talking about his body. He's talking about body language. People not being happy when they don't have the ball. Same thing we saw with DJ Moore last year. DJ Moore will be traded by the midseason.
I wouldn't mind him with the Texans.
Yeah, if you get him the ball, he'll be a great player. He won't pout for you.
The Texans could give him the ball.
Yeah. DJ Moore would be a good fit for the Texans. I don't know how you pay for it.
I can't find. Okay, here we go. NFL division futures, AFC South. The Texans are plus 250 to win the South. The Colts are plus 135. The Jags are plus 210. The Titans are plus 1,400. I don't love plus 135. I feel like that's not good enough value.
Yeah, I think you'd almost.
Would you play the Texans at plus 250?
No, I want to wait.
I wouldn't because I don't trust their offense.
I know. I kind of want to see them lose this weekend to Jacksonville
and then play it. I think I'm going to fire on the Colts plus 135.
I would probably. I mean, plus 250 is probably the. I mean, if the Texans are going to win the division this year, this is probably the price you want to get it at.
I just did it. No, I didn't do Texans. I did Colts.
You did Colts?
Yeah, I did Colts. I'm trying to Branham foot and mouth this for the Texans because the moment I play the Colts struggle, boom, Texans.
And we'll be there.
So I'm doing it.
Thanking you.
I'm doing it for the city.
Yeah,
I'm doing it. I'm putting on for the city.
That's all you can do.
Is what I'm doing. How concerned should Chicago be?
With what?
The Bears, the team.
With everything?
Team. Yeah.
10 out of 10. With Caleb?
Yeah, I think they're on their way to a 5-12 season.
With Caleb, I think it's like a 5 for me. He's still got it.
5 on the scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah. Yeah, he's still got the goods, I think. Like he's still doing stuff every week that I'm impressed with. He's getting better at certain things every week. Like I think if you really watch Caleb Williams, you can see a quarterback that's getting better.
Rocky says Breece Hall's number 5. I wouldn't take Breece Hall over any of the running backs we mentioned.
I did forget Breece Hall.
I wouldn't take him over any of the running backs we mentioned.
I'm really curious what he looks like as the season goes on. I don't know if he can hold up.
I wouldn't take him over any of these running backs that we mentioned. Is it already hopeless in Miami after an 0-2 start?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're
of all the 0-2 situations, I don't think they're in the worst of them, but that Tua contract is just so bad. Like he's going to be the most expensive backup quarterback in the NFL next year, maybe.
They got to move on.
Yeah.
Can they get out of that at all?
No, not really. They're kind of stuck. So it's like you're talking about like Grant Nussmeier being the starting quarterback with Tua as the backup.
And it's probably going to be a new head coach.
Definitely will be a new head coach.
Like McDaniel's going to be the offense coordinator for the Texans.
I think McDaniel's is the first coach fired.
I think so too.
I don't know who else is really in contention, to be honest with you. I mean, maybe the Panthers coach?
Nah, it feels like they like him.
I mean, I don't think Daboll will get fired mid-season.
No, it feels like they like him too.
Yeah.
And you have like the Jackson Dart in your back pocket, so like when things go bad, like, okay, we'll go rookie card. And if the rookie looks better, it saves your job.
I don't think Stefanski's getting fired mid-season. Like, I really don't know, like, outside of Miami, who's a mid-season firing
What about
candidate at this point.
What about Callahan? Like if they're 2-12 and Ward looks mid and he still can't get like rules right. Even then,
I could see Callahan being.
I think Callahan's 2.
And I think if Mike Vrabel has success in New England,
oh yeah,
I think that will add some of the pressure to that. But yeah, Callahan and McDaniel are probably the 2 that would be most likely to get fired.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, because Arizona started 2-0. New Orleans obviously just hired Kellen Moore. Like,
I think Arizona's going to fight for a playoff spot.
I kind of do too. I'll cash that.
Vikings have a J.J. McCarthy problem.
Trash?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think it's too early.
This ankle thing is kind of mysterious.
Yeah.
Like like he was playing on it. He didn't show any signs of a limp, and then he comes. Oh yeah, and then Tuesday it wasn't even Tuesday. It was Monday. You come out the very next day. Oh yeah, he's gonna be out 4 weeks. What? Yordan didn't even get placed on the IL.
Yeah.
Yordan looked like he broke every ligament in it. I know you don't break ligaments. Yordan looked like he tore every ligament in his ankle, and Dana Brown's not even putting him on the 10-day IL. J.J. McCarthy's running out there in full sprint late in the fourth quarter, and the next day they announce he's out for 4 weeks? That is fishy.
Yeah, I mean, it would be the wise move to sit him with a phantom injury, like we were talking about with Arch Mannion earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, I struggle because I watched what he did at the end of the first week of the season, but I'm not a J.J. McCarthy believer.
Yeah, I was told that he was going to be good, and then
he didn't throw the ball in college. Like, he barely threw it in college.
Yeah, but Jalen Hurts got benched for Tua in college.
I know, but like his best play is a bad flea flicker that he threw up in the air against Alabama. Like,
yeah, it doesn't look good.
I don't know. Like
they were eager to get to Carson Wentz, very eager to get to Carson. And if you're eager to get to Carson Wentz for 4 weeks, committing early, ooh.
And Kevin O'Connell, won't be afraid to move on.
No,
because if you can't live up to the Sam Darnold standard, that's trouble.
Oh, we didn't mention Christian McCaffrey. That's our bad. We didn't mention Kyron Williams either. That's our bad. Maybe it is closer to 10 than it is 5. But Taylor's still a freak. The Chiefs will miss the playoffs.
Oh man. I really don't want to go on the record with this. Yeah.
You think they're going to miss it?
No, I think they're no. I think
which side of the fence are you on?
I'm gonna take they'll be like they'll be the last wild card team in.
I think they're gonna make it.
I think they're gonna make it, but I think it's gonna be really close.
I think they'll figure out a way to get to 10 wins.
I can't figure out what's going on with this Travis Kelce thing with him throwing a tantrum on the sideline like that. I mean, if they don't beat the Ravens in 2 weeks, they're gonna start the season, 1-3. They could have the same record as the Texans through 4 games.
Yeah, but they can rip off 9 wins way easier.
You're right. But their schedule's also challenging at times. I mean,
yeah, for sure. First place schedule, tough division.
They just don't look right. And and similarly in a way with the Texans, but they've gotten away with it, and it feels weird to compare the two. The problems for the Chiefs have been the same problems for about 2 years now.
Yeah, but they still have Reed and still have Mahomes, so you feel like they're going to figure out a way. And I believe that they will.
And their defense has found a way to put them in position to get back to the Super Bowl.
Josh Jacobs, Christian McCaffrey. Yeah. Joe mentioned Jacobs. We omitted McCaffrey. That's our bad. Do you think McCaffrey's a top 5 running back?
I guess.
Yeah, when healthy, he is.
It's hard to say because he's just not healthy enough to bank on him being top 5. But yeah, when he's out there, he's a top 5 guy.
Yeah, for sure. All right, 713-780-3776. Car wreck of the day. What is your car wreck of the day? 713-780-3776. Jeremy and Joe on ESPN 97.5 and ESPN 92.5. You know it's never a car wreck? Getting a goal from Pro Dunk. They have the best basketball goals in the world. Why are you wasting your time in these big box stores getting your basketball goals from there? They're no good. Backboard's going to break. The rim's going to break. You probably have to install it, and that means it's already going to be broken because you're not good at that sort of thing. That's why the pros at Pro Dunk do that for you because they are good at that sort of thing. So you're going to have the best goal in the world, and you're going to have a perfectly assembled goal because they're great. They make the highest quality basketball goals you'll find. Tempered glass backboard gives you a true, authentic feel. Breakaway rim, stainless steel hardware. It's rust-proof, which is massive. Height adjustable, too, anywhere from 5 feet to 10 feet. And their accessories, next level. LED light kits for night play. It's too hot in Houston. You don't want to play until the sun goes down. We got LED light kits to be able to do that. You're at work, kids are at school, I get it. Backstop nets, pull pad lettering, so you can customize your goal even. And you can order everything, including professional installation, online at produnk.com. Produnk.com. That's right. Perfectly level, perfectly straight. You're not going to get a big box delivered to your driveway with a million pieces that you have to assemble. They're going to do that for you. And right now, look at this deal because they love you. Right now, if you call Pro Dunk and mention hearing this ad on ESPN, you'll receive the Lightning Adjust Drill Powered Height Adjustment feature for free. You're going to get the Lightning Adjust feature for free. You know how much that cost? $249. Are you paying for it? Nuh-uh. Why? Because you mentioned us. Installation free, too. It helps you raise and lower the goal 10 times faster with zero effort. Take advantage of this now by calling 281-351-9822, 281-351-9822, produnk.com.
This is Jeremy and Joe
on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
from the Veritex Community Bank Studios. Here's Jeremy Branham and Joe George.
I love that Christian Javier's back.
Just for the song?
Yeah, not so much for his 1-3 record and 4.78 ERA. I just love hearing the song.
The vibes of the
are
song.
so good right now, aren't they? You know what he's saying, right? You know what best timing means, right?
I have no idea.
No idea.
But I'm a gringo, as you would say.
You are a gringo.
And I'm Mexican.
Do you know what labios means?
No.
No idea.
Whatever you ask next, the answer's going to be no.
It's probably going to be no.
Best timing means kiss me. Labios means lips.
Oh.
Besame.
Feels
I
a
want to
little
feel
aggressive.
your lips.
Is he going to get canceled in 2025?
El Reptil. Why do you think you got the nickname? Oh, I love Javier so much. Hopefully he's got the invisible working. The IVB, baby. I hope the IVB
It's just crushing it.
is crushing it
I'm
tonight.
rooting for whatever gets you
Rising.
to talk less about the IVB or whatever you
Christian
said.
Javier invented the IVB in Houston. He
What
invented the
gets you to talk
invisible.
about it less? Him being good tonight or bad tonight?
What's that?
What makes you talk about that less?
Him being bad.
Okay, then no.
But if he's bad, it might be because of poor IVB. If he's good, he needs to have a good IVB night in order to be good. Live at the top of the zone, high fastball. He turned it off. All right, car wreck of the day. What you got?
Car wreck of the day. Kyler Murray has gone viral for posting a picture of him and his pit bull, but the problem is he's wearing a Michael Vick jersey. So he had to apologize.
Is that real? Because I immediately went to his Kyler Murray. I went to his Instagram page and it wasn't there. Did he delete it?
He apologized at a press conference today, and
I thought you were going to say the pit bull was bigger than him.
That's also possible.
It's actually not far off.
That's nuts that he would do this. Is he just not self-aware, or did he do this to troll?
No, he
No,
apologized.
he's not self-aware. I saw it from a Barstool repost, and then it was gone, so I wasn't sure if it was real, but I guess it is.
It was real.
Oh, man. That's a bad look. Terrible look. I nominate Florida assistant Jabbar Joluke for punching. So he slapped somebody. Slapped the opponent of the Tigers. He got suspended 3 games. What you got, Brian?
I'll nominate myself for mixing up former Houston Cougar pitchers, I think, first segment of the show, and then hitting the drop when it was not
and
not
De Los
deserved.
Santos did not go to university.
No, he did not.
In America.
No, he did not.
What wins?
Brian.
Brian, you're the winner.
You turtle me down, Joe.
Congratulations, Brian. You
So, yeah.
won. You need one after 2 days off. Brian's the winner. Brian, thank
birthday.
you for your mediocre work back. Yeah, you can tell that you're a little rusty.
You're welcome, pal.
He's Joe. I'm Jeremy. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Glenn Davis and Destination 2026 coming up right now on ESPN 97.5, ESPN 92.5.